the Crane Room for your lunch and dinner rendezvous. You'll enjoy their pleasant atmosphere. The Crane Room takes pride in their wide variety menu. Appetizers, sandwiches, soups, salads, entrees, pasta, and the best burgers in town. Newcastle's best selection of domestic, import, and craft beers from around the world, and the Crane Room features a 35-tap draft system. Ask about their daily specials that will please you every time. The Crane Room is located at 3009 Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Call 724-656-1553.
Joshua Son Rehabilitation Center. From the moment you arrive, you know that you're in the right place. Dr. John Wrightson listens first. He pays attention to detail and then makes the determination. Joshua Son Rehabilitation. We make the pain go away.
Good morning and welcome to Friday, April 24th. Hopefully you have that first cup of coffee.
Everyone goes to Pizza Joe's, and you've heard that friendly slogan for many years, and it's just as true today as it was when you first heard it. Watch the game right here on NCTV45 and then head over to Pizza Joe's. Pizza Joe's provided a grant for this podcast. Yeah, they have many great locations: State Street, Highland Avenue, Croton, and Shenango. It's your local pizza place. Everyone goes to Pizza Joe's. We have a great relationship with Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors in downtown Newcastle at 210 East Washington Street. And whenever you watch Focus NC, my wardrobe is furnished by Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors. Magisterial District Judge Melissa A. Amoti announces her candidacy for Judge of the Court of Common Pleas for the 53rd Judicial District. A lifelong resident of Lawrence County with 15 years of judicial experience, Judge Amoti is the only candidate with judicial experience running for this position. Because of her experience, Judge Amoti has a unique understanding of the issues and concerns of families, schools, and businesses throughout our county. Judge Amoti is a proud graduate of Newcastle High School. She attended the University of Pittsburgh, graduating cum laude, and obtained her law degree from Duquesne University School of Law. She passed the bar in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Judge Amoti respectfully asks for your vote for Judge of the Court of Common Pleas in the May 2015 primary election. She hopes to be a candidate on the Republican and Democratic ticket. The only judge running for judge. Paid for by the committee to elect Amoti for judge.
Don't lie around like the winter snow.
Bring into NCTV45.
Rolled out this morning, the kids had the morning news show on. And Brian Campbell was talking about the fighting in Lebanon.
Good morning and welcome to Friday, April 24th. Hopefully you have that first cup of coffee. And we're going to jump right into NewsWatch and kind of give you a news brief due to the nature of our podcast this morning. First of all, I'd like to thank Bobby Preston of the Preston Auto Group his contribution to the YMCA in the amount of a $20,000 check. And it was presented yesterday. Bobby Preston said, at Preston Auto, our customers and community come first. We feel it's our responsibility and a great privilege to give back to the local community that sponsors us. We believe it is important to support the local organizations that have had a positive impact on the lives of customers and our employees. Let's not forget, tomorrow, Saturday the 25th, is a Comcast Cares Day. From 8 to 12, they'll be working at the United Way. Lunch will be provided. Breakfast and registration is at 8. And that's the United Way, 223 North Mercer Street. Tomorrow also is a YMCA Healthy Day for Kids at the Downtown Y from 10 to 1. And then it's Party in the Park, the Crisis Shelter in the Y. It's from 1 to 4 on North Street and Zambelli Park. A great time will be had by all, as there are many activities. And don't forget, also Saturday from 4 to 7, it's the Hungry Bowls fundraiser. $10 donation includes a soup, bread, cookies, and a homemade bowl. That's at the First Baptist Church, 984 West Maitland Lane. It's sponsored by the Hoyt, the United Way, and the First Baptist Church. The Pirates were idle on a travel day, and they will begin their weekend series. We'll have more about that tomorrow. Last night saw a mostly cloudy overnight low of 31. Today, expect a mostly sunny high of 48 and a partly cloudy overnight low of 33. Sunny on Saturday with a high of 54. Now, stay tuned. We're going to give you a view of last night's City Council meeting at the Confluence. Thanks for watching NCTV45, and we'll go to the Confluence right now. The Beanery Depot and Deli. Coffee, made-to-order subs, snacks, and more. Meatball sandwiches, fresh and hot. Pepperoni rolls, fish sandwiches, chicken, milkshakes. The Beanery Deli. When you're hungry for something special, and it won't cost you a lot of beans. Let's talk with Norm. We're with
Norm Lutton.
Norm, you're the owner of Crazy Car Restoration. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's a new company we're opening up. Originally, we was Lutton Auto Repair, and we're adding on a little bit. And we're trying to bring out some custom cars for people somewhere in between the $5,000 and $20,000 range, what people can actually afford today. Anymore, you know, all these cars are so expensive. We're just trying to make ends meet for other people.
That sounds great now.
But I've been fixing cars for over 35 years.
That's great. So when you have a repair, big or small, call Norm.
Order, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Stefano?
Here.
Mr. Adamo?
Here.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Here.
Mr. Bashiro?
Here.
Mr. Pinella?
Here. I need a motion to approve the minutes of April 9, 2015.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Bashiro. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fulkerson. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashiro?
Yes.
Mr. Pinella?
Yes. Next on the agenda, we have commendations. Mayor, where do you go? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you look for you in front of us all the time, Mayor. Okay.
It is our privilege tonight to present a commendations to a number of individuals. You know, every day we go to work, we think we know what we're going to do. I'm going to do this, do that, but when you get in fire police department, you do not know what's going to happen. And sometimes your life is on the line all the time. So at this time, we have two commendations, two incidents that we like to recognize. At this time, I'd like to have Officer Peter Mendocino, Assistant Fire Chief Tom Belisco, Firefighter Robert Aiken, Firefighter Sean Johnson, and Firefighter Keith Opperman. Thank you. Whereas on March 21st, 2015, the Newcastle Police and Fire Departments were dispatched to 712 and a half Cleveland Avenue for a two-year-old child that was not breathing. Whereas Peter Mendocino, was the first responder to arrive at the location and viewed the child lying on the ottoman with the child's tracheotomy tube removed from the stoma in his throat. Whereas Officer Mendocino checked for life signs and was unable to detect breathing or pulse, positioned the child to begin to perform CPR. Performing 3 sets of compressions, stopping once it appeared that the child's chest began to rise and a weak radial pulse was detected. Whereas Newcastle City Fireman Tom Belisco, Robert Aiken, Sean Johnson, and Keith Opperman arrived on the scene and took over the care of the child by applying AED pads to the child and reinserting the tracheotomy tube. And whereas although unconscious, the AED showed that the child did have a pulse and was breathing at the time. Whereas the child was transported to Jameson Hospital by medevac, was later flown to Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. And whereas due to the quick reaction of these emergency responders, the child is expected to make a full recovery. Now therefore, we, the mayor, myself, and the members of City Council do hereby deem it an honor and privilege to commend Police Officer Peter Mendocino, Fireman Tommy Belisco, Robert Aiken, Sean Johnson, Keith Opperman for their professionalism, pride, and dedicated service to the citizens of the city of Newcastle. Congratulations, everyone. Tommy. Congratulations, Tommy. Johnson. John. We'll get you. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, the second one, Tommy, you want to come back up again? Robert Aiken, once more time. Sean Johnson, Marco Belisco. I'm glad you're here. Justin Data, Delbert Lane, and Eric Perry. Oh, okay.
Coach Pete, Pop Warner football. Always proud to see one of my guys go on to do great things.
Thank you. That's very nice. One more time. Okay. Whereas on February the 11th, 2015, the Newcastle Fire Department received a call for a structure fire with entrapment at 310 East Winter Avenue. And whereas Unit 2401 arrived on the scene, Assistant Fire Chief Tom Belisco found all the doors secure and forced open the side door to assess the situation, finding heavy fire in the living room area. And whereas a resident, Mrs. Petro, was hanging out of a second floor window. And whereas with the help of the Newcastle Police Department, Fireman Sean Johnson, through a ladder used the home, and made an attempt to get Mrs. Petro out of the window, but could not remove her. And whereas Engine 2405 arrived, the firefighters Robert Aiken, Marco Belisco, and Justin Data, who stretched a 1 3/4 inch line through the side door, knocked down the fire enough to be able to make it upstairs to rescue Mrs. Petro. With the help of firefighter Sean Johnson, who by then had made it through the second floor window, and whereas the engine 2407 came in behind the first engine and laid a 4-inch supply line from the hydrant to the first engine, and firefighters Everett Lane and Eric Perry entered the home and took over the first floor attack to finish extinguishing the fire. Now therefore we, the mayor, Marco Belisco, Justin Data, Sean Johnson, Delbert Lane, and Eric Perry for their professionalism, pride, and dedicated service to the citizens of the city of Newcastle. Congratulations on the Marco, Lane. Delbert Lane, I'm sorry, you're out of order. Justin Davis? He's about here. Okay. Marco, congratulations. Sean Johnson. Congratulations. Robert Higgins. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think we ought to all give them a good hand. Thank you, Mayor. We have adoption of agenda. We have a prepared agenda. Request to be heard. We have one request to be heard. Corby, Larry, and do I have council motion to accept public comments?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Folkestone.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bashir. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Canella?
Yes. There's no amendments to the agenda. I have a motion, need a motion to adopt the final agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Stefano, second. Second. Second by Mr. Adamo. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Canella?
Yes. Public explanation, public comments. Mr. Corby, you'll have 6 minutes to speak, but I understand you need a little longer, so you get a little longer.
Just a little bit.
And this is not a question and answer period, so if you propose questions to council, you may not get an answer then, but administration will have an opportunity to respond to anything they want to later in the agenda, and council will also have the opportunity to respond. Thank you. Great. You can speak. You want to speak?
Yeah, are you good now?
Yeah, please. Any way convenient.
Again, I want to start with a thank you. Thank you, Councilman Fulkerson and the city for the opportunity to speak tonight. Councilor Fulkerson asked me to represent downtown merchants and property owners from the New Vision's Destination Downtown Action Team, and they agreed. They're on board with you. Let me say, we met formally, and we developed our talking points tonight. And again, the talking points tonight are primarily from downtown merchants, downtown property owners who are part of Destination Downtown. So I'm kind of wearing a different hat here when you hear these comments. And some of them you may have heard when New Visions was speaking. So sorry for any duplication. On behalf of the downtown merchants and property owners, we thank the city, first of all, for the number of things they are doing very right in the downtown area. First of all, the appearance of downtown. It looks great with its antique light poles and varied utility. The city's doing a great job keeping the downtown area clean. Downtown businesses appreciate opening more communication with them tonight by tonight's meeting. They're also encouraged by the city's creating a Department of Community and Economic Development to help facilitate city communication and work towards city-wide revitalization. They appreciate the city helping to make downtown events successful, because without your cooperation, without your help, we couldn't get the events done. And they appreciate the city helping key employers downtown, most recently Treeler and Heisel's downtown expansion, as more downtown workers will increase traffic needed for more stores and restaurants. Divisions has been meeting for over a year and a half with the downtown merchants and property owners, working to help improve the conditions in the downtown area, so those businesses that are there now can thrive and possibly attract even new businesses to locate here. The topics we bring forward tonight are some of the ideas the merchants and downtown property owners have. We don't pretend to have all the answers, and in some cases, we're still learning ourselves. We hope you'll consider our ideas, maybe offer a few suggestions, or a direction that we might go in helping get the issue resolved. So here are some of the things we've been discussing at the downtown meeting. At our meetings, we discuss frequently how to improve safety in the downtown area. We realize downtown does not have a high incidence of crime, but the perception is still there. One possible solution that we've been bantering about is possibly getting a foot patrol officer, particularly on the main corridor of East Washington Street from the Burger King area to Croton Avenue. We are aware an officer is assigned to downtown, particularly during the business hours. However, a foot patrol officer would provide needed visibility. Another idea regarding safety has come up recently, may help pedestrians in the downtown area. And that is working to improve pedestrian safety so it would be safer crossing streets. I don't know if you had any trouble crossing the street from the parking lot at Washington Center, but sometimes it's daring. We discussed requesting pedestrian markers along East Washington Street from Burger King to the confluence to help improve that situation. Another idea we are just beginning to explore is to see if it is possible to limit the weight of vehicles on East Washington Street. So larger trucks would have to divert around the heart of downtown, using possibly Grove Street as a bypass. We realize that may require an ordinance change. We plan to educate ourselves about how to go about doing that. A topic that comes up often is improving the visibility of merchant signs in the downtown area. We've got customers that say that they cannot see signs because some of the trees may be in the way. A simple solution might be having the trees cut back on a regular basis. Merchants are also looking into the possibility of using blade signs to better promote their business. Tree trimming definitely would help blade signs. Blade sign is a sign that hangs on a 90-degree angle from the business itself. And they are supposed to provide merchants more visibility, maximum exposure to business, according to downtown experts, such as Roger Brooks, who we referenced earlier. Promoting downtown will increase sales and more tax revenue for the city, and we hope that's a win-win. We've discussed seeking financial assistance and helping to inform the public about downtown businesses and events. One idea that has surfaced recently is seeking help to assist in paying for a downtown map. Prominent downtown event signs in other communities has also caught our attention. For example, a board sign is in downtown Mercer, and at Struthers they have a digital sign. These signs promote the events that are happening in the downtown area. And believe me, it's really hard today when you have many ways to communicate to get your word out about what's going on in the community. So we feel that these things may help us. We need to explore how those cities have gone about putting those signs up, and we'd like to get back to you on that. And some communities have prominent gateways signage to their downtown. That's something to consider too as the city looked at its downtown plan. Recently, adding more green space downtown and gardens has come up during our discussions. One suggestion would be to allow plans for a community garden or a park area on the former Elks building lot while it sits vacant. possibly New Visions could find a group to help maintain such. East Washington Street is well maintained, and that's appreciated. And we've discussed how to make sure the adjacent streets such as Mercer and North Street, where many businesses are located, look the same. In conclusion, we appreciated this opportunity to update you on our thoughts for helping to improve the business climate downtown. We'll appreciate any insight you offer. We're thankful for the city and all it does to assist in downtown revitalization. We see a revitalized downtown spurring on growth citywide. We would like to suggest maintaining the long-term leadership in the Newcastle Department of Community and Economic Development, and to continue to expand its resources to assist downtown investors with possible state or federal funding, low-interest loans, and possibly a future facade program. Also, that office helps in reducing red tape, getting renovations done, and other work in the downtown area. And that is very much appreciated by the merchants and property owners downtown. City officials have an open invitation for a walking tour anytime they would like for the downtown area. You could work through us, through Vision, to help set it up for our destination downtown if you'd like to do that. Downtown can be an asset that drives economic development in the city and helps the city reach its goals of growth and prosperity. Again, thanks so much for listening.
Thank you. At this time, we have administration comments. Do you have any, Mayor? Do you have anything?
I just have one comment. Thank you, Larry, for your suggestions, and we will report back to you on things that we can and cannot do. But one about eliminating heavy trucks in downtown. For the last 3 or 4 years, we've had one bridge out all the time, and that is they're being rerouted. And that's something we can't eliminate until the end of this year, because the bridge won't be completed. The North Side Bridge will not be completed until the end of the year. But we're concerned because the heavy trucks are tearing up our roads. And so whenever we are able to, we ask them to reroute the trucks in another direction or wherever. So that's one that we've been working on. But other than that, I'll review all these with my staff and go from there.
We appreciate that. Okay. And we understand what you're working against. Thank you.
Solicitors have any comments?
No, thank you.
Receipt of written communications, none. Fiscal and contractual transactions, authorization to bid, none. Receipt of bids, we have one. We had a bid for the Central Fire Station roof replacement project. I need a motion for City Clerk to open the bid.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bashir. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Adams. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Pennell?
Yes.
First bid is from Angelo's Roofing, 1174 Hilltop Road, Erie, Pennsylvania, 16509. This bid was received April 23rd, 2015 at 9:51 a.m. Total bid $83,824 even, and there's a bid form. Second bid is G&W Roofing and Construction, 672 Christie Road, 84 Pennsylvania, 15330. This bid was received April 23rd, 2015 at 9:51 a.m. Total bid $127,500 even. 127,500. And there is a bid bond. Third bid is from SRI Roofing and Sheet Metal LLC, P.O. Box 7557, Newcastle, Pennsylvania 16107. This bid was received April 23rd, 2015 at 10:20 a.m. Total bid, $77,957 even. There's a bid bond. Fourth bid is Crady Roofing, Crady
Yes.
Roofing, 4203 Old Route 422, Newcastle, Pennsylvania 16101. This bid was received April 23rd, 2015 at 1:06 p.m. Some kind of calculator. Well, you know what, we'll make.
Here, give it to
I don't
Steph.
wanna- I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Steph, can you add that up?
They didn't add that up. Okay.
Yeah, probably over 83,000.
Here you go, Melinda.
Total bid, $83,900 even, and I have a cashier's check here in the amount of $8,390. Last bid is Steel Valley Roofing and Sheet Metal, P.O. Box 5086, Newcastle, Pennsylvania 16105. Bid was received April 23rd, 2015 at 3:46 p.m. Total bid $90,800 even, and there's a bid bond.
I need a motion for acceptance of bid and refer to administration and report back to city council.
Motion. Oh, go ahead.
Mr. Adamo, Mr. Bashir. Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Sherrill?
Yes.
Mr. Cannell?
Yes. Reports of officials, bureaus, commissions, city council, regular reports none, special reports none, city council reports and inquiries.
Mr. Stefano?
We can never, and it goes without saying, but we can never have enough gratitude for our police and firemen for their work. It's nice to see a good crowd, and we enjoyed sharing your time and hearing your message, Mr. Corby and the rest of the organization.
Mr. Adamo?
Yeah, just a couple things. First of all, thank you all for being here tonight. In specific, New Visions coming here, members of Newcastle Police and Newcastle Fire. As I've stated at many meetings, we as city council members both encourage and appreciate public attendance and public comments. Thank you, New Visions, for your kind words earlier this evening. We obviously appreciate that. Don't hear that too often. You know, council and administration act on issues that we are aware of. So people coming here and speaking publicly, Mr. and Mrs. Schwobel are here again. Appreciate them coming. They're always here. Mrs. Henderson. Special hats off to Officer Mendocino and all of those firemen involved in both incidents. You saved a baby's life. You saved a woman's life. Not enough can be said about that, so appreciate that. Thank you.
Mr. Fulkerson? Fulkerson.
Larry, thank you for the kind words, but I was just a messenger for my fellow councilman in the mayor's office. So we work as a unit up here, and that's the way we like to keep it. So I thank you for the kind words, but it was not just my initiative. It was my fellow council members in the mayor's office working in conjunction. In the meeting earlier, and if you see me pinch to the left, you know Mr. Bashir hit me because he said, Tim, if you talk too long, I'm hitting you. So, real quick, thank you for acknowledging the city. Thank you for acknowledging Mr. Rooney and the Public Works, helping out with the cleanup over at the new trail over there, the old trail, what it's going to be. The vision is great. We got to wait till November, though, to get final action on the Riverwalk. The city's administration has done a wonderful job in promoting that grant for the Riverwalk. So we thank you for those kind words. Listening to, I believe, Mr. Hector about assisting the city. That's a great concept because, as you know, we're an Act 47 team. We're going to be going out of Act 47, okay? But it doesn't always have to be financially. They're helping out with the city, okay? There's other things that we can look at down the road that I think would benefit all of our organizations to make the downtown a better place, okay? Last week we had the company of being here. The governor's chief of staff was in town, and if that would come to light, that school district tax, eliminating that school board tax for everybody in this city would be a great benefit to attract more people to downtown and buying the buildings. So that's a great initiative. Last but not least, we have our fire chief here. We have some of our firefighters that had to go back out and serve the city. But if it wasn't for the Hoyt stepping up to the plate, I thank them because the money that they allowed us were within budget. And Mr. Pinella over there, our fire chief, will be glad that it doesn't leak. Am I correct on that, Mark? Yes. So we do thank everybody, and I leave with this last thought, is you can see a group of men and women working together for the betterment of this city. We don't have a personal agenda. We have an agenda called Newcastle. So when you say stand up for Newcastle, this council's doing it. So thank you.
Mr. Bashir?
Larry, I'll echo everybody. Thank you for your kind words, and we do appreciate all the efforts that you guys are making. You know, your heart is in the right place with Newcastle and all of Lawrence County, I think, that you guys are looking at. And I think you have some good ideas, and once the mayor looks them over and gets back to you, and anything we can do, we're going to support you 1,000%. To our firefighters and our police officer, I see Officer Mendocino has stepped out, but the mayor is right. You guys get up and go to work every morning, and you don't know what you're going to face, but you still get up and you go every morning. You guys are to be commended. I probably won't be able to come up with the right words, so I won't try, but we appreciate everything you do for us, for keeping us safe. And you do a job that 90% of us don't want to do. As Chief Pinella's told me before, they're different. People run out of a burning building, they're running into a burning building. And the police, Chief Salem and Chief Pinella, both departments, we are blessed with, we have fantastic leaders. And we thank you for that. And you're right, we are making progress. We are all one up here. We don't have a personal agenda. We're all making strides and working together and getting things done for the city. Are we the Newcastle of 35, 40 years ago? No. But we're a better Newcastle of 2007. We have made great strides where we've had no money in the bank, and now we are looking good. Sometimes progress is hard to see, yes, but progress is being made. How we get there, we'll get there together. And I appreciate everybody coming, and I hope to see you at future meetings at City Hall. Thank you.
Mr. Pinella?
I can only echo what everybody else has said, but I also, those of you the first time you've been down this building, you can see what a nice job they did to the building. It's a beautiful place. I hope they keep it going. We did contribute money to help them out, but it was well worth it. You can see every bit of it. And
Thank you very much. What Council said is true. We're trying to work for the city, and we don't have an agenda. We just go out there and we try to do the best job we can do with the amount of money we've had. We've been fortunate to be able to work out some of the things and get some things paid for. And we're in the black, and we've been in the black since the mayor's been in here. And for $450 up to $1 million something in the bank, that's pretty good resolution of our funds. And yet we're still getting work done. It takes time. The picture tonight, I was enthused that you read the Newcastle News, where the dental wanted to do something with the building on the corner, the old dry goods building. And those of you aren't that, many of you aren't that old, but it's been a long time since I've ever seen anything in that building. And I've been around a long time. And we knew before they were talking about doing something. If they can, that's another plus. And they've been a real asset to the community. You see, they have 76 people working there that we didn't have before. And with them and Treador there's 152 people working for us. You know, that's so I thank everybody for being here. Resolutions on table 9. Move from the table and act on 9. New resolutions. A motion to approve resolution 2015-062, authorizing the mayor and city council to execute the bid acceptance form by Linda Crawford for $500 for 3013 North Stanton Street. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bashir. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Stefano. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Pennell?
Yes. As I understand, Mr. Crawford's going to put a craft shop or something right there. Resolution R 2015-063, authorizing the mayor and city council to execute the bid of Linda Crawford, amount of $500 for 326 Boyles Avenue. Do I hear a motion approved?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Adams. Second?
Second.
By Mr. Bashir. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Pennell?
Yes. Resolution 2015-064. I need a motion to approve the bid by James Ross for $500 for 1110 Duchesne Street. Do I hear a motion? Do I hear a motion? No motion, it dies. Motion for resolution 2015-065. This is authorizing the mayor and city council to execute the bid acceptance form for St. Vitus Parish Charitable Trust, $300 for property at 814 South Mercer Street. This is a vacant lot. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Mr. Adamo. Second?
Second.
By Mr. Stefano. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Pennell?
Yes. Resolution 2015-066. This is authorizing the contract with TD Milky Construction for Sylvan Heights Golf Course for the restrooms, an amount of $15,600. Do I hear a motion approved?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bashir. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fulkerson. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Pennell?
Yes. Resolution 2015-067, a motion to approve the city council and controller execute the MS 339 application for county aid, an amount of $48,004 to pay Smithville Street. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Fulkerson. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Stefano. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Yes.
Mr. Bashir?
Yes.
Mr. Pennell?
Yes. Now, on the next resolution, you either have to approve it or deny it. Resolution 2015-068. This is for the conditional use of Word of Life Christian Fellowship for a church at 326 East Laurel Boulevard, which is formerly the John F. Kennedy School, which is sold by the school district to Word of Life Christian Fellowship. Do I hear a motion to approve it?
Motion.
Motion by, do I hear a second?
Second.
Call the roll. Hear any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Approved.
Mr. Adamo?
Approved.
Mr. Fulkerson?
Approved.
Mr. Bashir?
Approved.
Mr. Pennell?
Approved. Resolution for final action, CD 2015-12. I need a motion to remove from the table vacating the alleys in the West Side Primary Center, which is the West Side School, which is now been purchased by Patches Place. Do I have a motion to remove it from the table?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Adamo. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Fulkerson. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Mr. Adamo?
Yes.
They look like you should be able to find them in a lot of the bigger, more expensive department stores.
Our scarves, our shrugs, and our Say No More shirts are exclusive to Inspire Tees. We want to give you apparel that is pretty, sexy, flirty, and makes you look like the woman you are meant to be.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store or at their restaurant in Newcastle, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Mr. Stefano, any discussion?
Yeah, Doyle.
Okay, go ahead.
Just to let the people know, that when West Side School was built, it was built over an alley that nobody knew existed way back when. So that's why they had to go through this process to get everything done. I mean, if you go over now, you can't even see the alley. So it's just basically pretty much a formality.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mr. Stefano?
Yes.
Street from Funston Avenue to Taylor Street.
At 6:38, this was NCTV45, and that was the City Council meeting in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching.
It's the China Banquet in Newcastle for a tempting, mouth-watering buffet that you'll enjoy every time. China Banquet is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call for takeout or eat in their pleasant surroundings. China Banquet is located at 102 North Jefferson Street in Newcastle. Call 724-658-7777. That's 724-658-7777.
The Globe Leader, your hometown newspaper since 1880. Go to nwglobe.com to read fascinating articles. If you know someone who would enjoy this amazing publication as much as you do, why not give them a gift subscription? I'm excited about getting this into the homes of as many people as possible. Please send their email address and we'll do the rest. Call 724-946-8098. That's the Globe Leader, your hometown newspaper since 1880.
Don't lie around like the winter snow.
Bring in the NCTV45.